The next thing we're going to talk about are light sources and why you should be kind of wary of them when you're making a room, because they can really make or break in some cases. Now here I'm using an Inspiration Hall as an example again, but the light sources for each room are different. An Inspiration Hall has 4 key light sources, and I have placed a Lewis shard at each of the corresponding light source locations. Here is an example of showing if you put an object in the light source spot itself, it will become brighter than the sun, and the closer you get to it, the brighter it will be, obviously. But when you use a extremely large object and put it in a light source spot, it will have the entire large object be brighter than the sun. But you can alleviate that by breaking it apart with smaller pieces, so that way it looks like there's an actual fade of light as opposed to a massive clunky transition of it. Another thing to be aware of is some color combinations in different rooms, particularly halls, can make or break it, especially accent. Key will always have a uniform effect on the lighting of a room as long as accent is black, but if you change it to something obvious like pink and then change to something that contrasts it, you can see where there's a very clear divide on where things are rendering according to key only and accent only. Yet another lighting quirk involved with hall type rooms is that the light from key will bleed through to adjacent rooms. For example, this is my Corpus lab. The room should be black as you see it now, but if I go back to the Inspiration Hall it is attached to, you can see that the key is bleeding through. If I set the key of this hall to black and then return to the Corpus lab, you will see that now it is lighting as it should. This is really only a concern for smaller rooms, small gardens, labs attached to halls, but if the lighting is ever not boiling down how you think it should, this is probably why. Some rooms have light sources that don't work. For example, the Crimson Branch, the key does absolutely nothing, while accent will take care of literally everything. Open space functions the same way, except there will always be a slightly blue light source that comes from the room, and I assume that that is key, but we just can't control it yet, and I'm not sure we're ever going to be able to either. You also have to be extra careful with open space because there are only about 3 to 4 good options for fog and the rest are pure cancer. And then a friendly reminder, despite having already covered this in my basics video, I'm still getting asked this, you can bypass the polychrome preview timer by entering your operator. You can switch back and you are free to explore the room and your dojo. The lighting will not revert until you either leave your dojo or interact with the console again.